And Burger Huts and Pizza Kings. And I got my co-host, Nick.
I see. Sounds a lot like the old direction.
I kind of just want to do quotes. I'll have to just bleep this, but he's like, they tell me to go all the time. They say, it's like, in my country, this is not a good thing.
Yes, ours either. Yeah. Ours either. He says like 2 or 3 times.
We're talking War Machine with Brad Pitt. This has got to be one of my favorite performances from Brad Pitt. Not my favorite, because he's done some really, really good ones, like Burn After Reading. He was so funny, and he played a really funny stoner in True Romance. Well, there's one other one that I absolutely loved. Oh, I loved him in Inglourious. He's so funny. I don't remember if you remember that part he played. I know you don't love that movie, but we went and saw that in theater. Remember that?
Yeah, I remember. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you were so mad. Nick, what was it like watching this movie for the first time and rewatching it?
Honestly, it is a little bit of a slow movie, so I know the first time, I'm pretty sure I fell asleep. But watching it for the second time and actually watching it as a completion, it's good. The acting is good. The movie itself is good. It just reminds me of just like another movie about Afghanistan, and it's just like I don't know, but I think everything they put together in the movie, I think the movie itself was done pretty well. So, and there was funny parts in it. So I don't know if it was intended to be a comedy, but there was definitely some comedy in there, especially from the president of Afghanistan. I mean, every part. I honestly don't know if I would even have liked this movie as much if his parts weren't in there.
Ben Kingsley,
yeah,
he is so funny.
Yeah, he's hilarious. So
he had a very similar role in, did you see Iron Man 3?
Yeah.
They meet the villain and you think he's like going to be this total evil guy, and then he's just like this kind of pathetic goofball. And I just love he's like watching Dumb and Dumber in the other room, like laughing.
He is. He is, when he was like sick. Yeah.
Yeah.
He's like,
I'm doing what your government does.
No, yeah.
I'm hiding.
Well, and he's in there trying.
Oh no, I'm unavailable.
Yeah. Well, that's exactly right. He was like, it's like, you have to be acting more like a leader. He's like, I am a leader. I'm unavailable.
Yeah. First time I watched this, I went on this David Michod binge. I love his movies so freaking much. After I watched, is it called Animal House? No, Animal Kingdom. I just fell in love with his movies, and then I went through all of them, and this was among those movies. And it's a bit heavy on the political side. I roll my eyes at some of the stuff the writer wrote about this commander, but the performances are so great. This reminds me a lot of, have you ever seen Vice, Nick, or The Big Short? It's just kind of like you mentioned, it has a little bit of humor every once in a while to lighten the mood, because it's kind of like a more serious subject. So kind of like meeting the Afghanistan leader, and also just everything Brad Pitt does. Like, I even love the way he runs. He like has his like shoulders super out and his arms kind of out when he runs, and he like looks like a G.I. Joe when he runs. Mm-hmm. It's so great.
His claw hand.
Yes. Yeah, that's right.
The best. Like, he just points and he can't like straighten out his hand. I don't know. It's just, I think it's like, that's like a thing. But every time he would point, I'd just be like, what is he doing?
And this has one of my absolute favorite endings. After watching the first time, I was just like, had so much joy. The very end when he's like, you think we changed something, but nothing changed. And all of a sudden you see Russell Crowe, like, doing the same kind of march, coming in, taking over his position. It's like the cycle has begun again, because, and he even mentioned this in the beginning, everybody thinks they can do the same thing. And he said some people would call that insanity. And if when I was serving a mission in Argentina, my mission president would always say that. He would quote, what's his name? Who's the smartest guy or whatever? Or they say he's the smartest guy. Albert Einstein. He said the definition of insanity is doing the same thing but expecting different results. So my mission president would say that a lot. If we weren't baptizing, he would say that and then say we need to make changes, because if we keep doing the same thing, like what's it called when they're in this other country occupying it? I can't remember now. Anyways, I do agree, like, if it's not working, then obviously they need to make changes. But I mean, they were there with good intentions, and I know even the interviewing lady said that. Like, I don't know. I guess I was just hoping for some solutions, but like David's other films, it has a lot to do with war, and also like people reflecting on whether or not, like, not that it's all for naught, but it's kind of like reflecting back on like, oh my gosh, like everything I've done with my life, was it for nothing? Like,
Right.
I don't know. There's that lady asking him that question, you know, because obviously he is a leader that's like perfect for an era where there is war. Like he keeps referring back to, because when his wife was talking to him, she's like, I've seen you only 30 days in the last 8 years. And that's craziness. And it's so sad. But she's like, and when he was talking to her, he just kept saying was, you know, well, when they attacked, you know, after he kept mentioning 9/11, and I get that, like there needed to be retaliation for that. But then it's like, what are we still doing here? Like, did you ever get, was this part of the reason, like, because I know Obama wasn't president when you were in the military. Is that why you didn't get deported? Or it was probably like a lot of reasons.
Deported? I'm not.
Is that what it's called?
No, I'm not an illegal alien. I'm a U.S. citizen.
Not deported. What's the word?
Come on.
Deployed.
Yeah, there you go. There you go. Deported.
And if you don't want to talk about the military, I can cut this out if you're like, I don't want to talk about it.
I don't. What was the question again? I'm sorry.
No, like, is it partly because I felt like this movie taught me a lot about like what kind of went on during Obama's administration? I mean, I don't know how accurate it is. It seemed pretty accurate, but do you think the reason you weren't not deported, was because like Obama was president?
Well, yeah, by the time I got in it, they weren't really, you know, sending too many troops over. So, you know, just my units here just didn't come up in the time that I had been there, because when I had gotten in that, they had just been deployed, and I wasn't, you know, full-time. We weren't a full-time unit, so, you know, it's every, you know, for us, it was like typical to be deployed every 4 to 5 years, and my unit had gotten deployed for, you know, 6 or 7 years, and finally they did. Like 2 years after I left, they got deployed.
Okay. Yeah, I felt like I learned a lot when it came to like, it's just kind of fun to see like the politics behind it all a little bit. And like, he's just sitting there and he wanted so badly to be doing something that he felt like was making a difference. But he, you know, they just wanted him to essentially just send in a bunch of bullcrap reports that nobody cares about. And it's like, he wanted to actually do something. So I just like that. I mean, because he kept pushing everybody's buttons, like, I mean, it eventually got him fired. And also bringing in that writer, like why he brought him in, I don't know. I think he was just trying to get somebody's attention, and he was just getting the wrong attention.
Bad attention. Rolling Stone.
Yeah.
Rolling Stone reporter.
Yeah. Mm-mm. Well, he did, you know, push the president.
And then they gave him unfeathered access to everything. You know.
Oh, did they really?
I mean, really to themselves. Yeah. Like, he was hanging around, and while they were talking about stuff, so of course, like, he's a reporter. He's just gonna. Even so, the one guy that he was sitting next to, he's like, "You're always writing in that notebook." and he's like, "I'm a writer. I write." And he's got this like mean face. He's like, "Sure wish you'd tell me what you write in that notebook." Like, you know, so he was always around them, listening to everything them says, and that's why when that, you know, article came out, it was so damaging, because, you know, he had said that they were talking bad, you know, about the president and vice president. They were saying this, they were doing this, they didn't really, you know, whatever. So it was like, kind of shot themselves in the foot in that, you know, respect.
Yeah. Well, I mean, but the president literally was doing nothing. Like, he said he talked to him once, and then so to make up for that, quote unquote, he just shows up and shakes his hand, takes a picture, gets on a plane, like, so that the media, it just, like, it just makes me sick. Like, it's all about image. It's like, who actually cares what's going on behind the scenes? But it's like, this is what people think I'm doing.
That's politics.
I know. It just makes me sick. Like I said, I learned a lot. And I also love when he was teaching the people, the news reporters, he's like talking about, I believe it's called the Taliban, when he says how it works is 2, let's see if I can do the math good. So it's like
10 minus 2. He's like 10 minus 2.
It should equal 8,
yeah, right.
But it doesn't.
It equals 20.
It equals 20.
You shoot 2 of them, and all their friends that were thinking about joining but hadn't, you know, decided to join. Then you kill their friend, and now they have a reason to join, and they join, and then other family joins, and they, you know. So yeah.
Yeah, I love that, because I had no idea that's how it works. So the first time I saw this movie was such like an eye opener for me, because I just had no idea what was going on, especially when we don't have like a very clear enemy, like he even mentioned, like Hitler or somebody that it's like, oh, this is who we're fighting against. And like when they were there, especially when you saw those poor soldiers who were just like, who's the enemy? It's like, I don't know what I'm doing here. Like, it's crazy. I don't know. I think that's most of what I got, Nick, unless you got some things you liked about it.
Just the president.
He was great. He was good.
Was that what was his name? Ben Kingsley.
But
That's the
I
actor?
liked his.
Right.
I liked his.
Was that the actor?
Yeah, Ben Kingsley. Yeah. I mean, I liked his whole unit. I thought they all kind of played a fun part in his
Oh
dynamic.
yeah, who was the other guy? The guy that always like yelled all the time.
Is always cursing.
Yeah, always
he's funny.
cursing. Who is that? I gotta look that up now. See top cast. You know who that is?
No, I just remember the kid from that '70s show. He was, or Win a Date with Tad Hamilton. He was also in Predators
This guy?
or Venom in the old Spider-Man.
No, it's not this guy. Well, anyway, yeah, the guy that always yells, he was hilarious. That one quote when McMahon first comes, he's like, I'm really excited to be here, isn't that right? He's like, yes, sir, you're very excited. Yeah.
Yeah, I just think this is a fascinating character study, and I think I already mentioned that I love based on true story movies, so it was just really fun to kind of get in the head and mind of this person and get just a piece of his life, especially because, I don't know, it's a good movie. I like it a lot, and I will watch everything David does because he won me over. And if you guys like his work, highly recommend The King. Oh my gosh, amazing movie by David.
The character, by the way, was Greg Pulver. That's not the actor, but that's who the character was. Pulver.
Greg, yeah.
Pulver. Settle down, Greg. I just want to feel like they're doing something. Give it a 7 out of 10.
Okay, that's pretty high. I thought you were gonna give it lower.
Whatever. I'm being generous. Only because of Ben Kingsley and the Pulver character.
Well, and I kind of wondered who this movie was for because ratings are really bad, and so unlike Rotten Tomatoes, and so I'm just like wondering. Because I enjoyed it just because I like this director's work. So I'm just trying to think who else I could recommend this to. I don't feel like I could. I recommended it to my stepdad. I thought he would find Brad Pitt's character interesting, but I also think he would have been very bothered.
Yeah, probably.
Because they're pretty harsh on him.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's like you follow this very old school military instructor or leader. I'm just like wondering, who would that audience be for? Because, I mean, I don't know. I don't know, Nick. Okay, I like it. Almost loved. It's not as good as Animal Kingdom or his other movie, and not the TV show, the movie. And then, which I've heard the TV show is way better, but I don't know. I like the movie. And then
You haven't watched the show yet?
The King.
I think I tried watching the show Animal King. I don't remember it grabbing my interest, but I may have been watching it on an off day. I think I just tried watching like the first episode or two, and I was like,
Oh yeah. No, I watched some trailers and it looks so cheesy. I'm like, this is not for me.
yeah,
Yeah, but the movie's
didn't grab me in.
yeah, the movie's so good though. At least I think so.
I don't know, man. You think some pretty terrible movies are great.
That is true. I know. I feel like after this and all the other ones, all Danny Boyle's movies.
No, good thing we're
I'm
done
gonna
with
be.
those.
Well, there was one more I was considering doing with you, Nick.
No.
Just one.
Not-
But I think
not-
you'll like it. It's
not-
about a bunch of kids that find a lot of money. I think you'd like it.
Is it comparable to like vacuuming and trumpet and all those other crap? Strumpet? Oh.
No.
So the reason I don't remember the name of most movies, but I remember these movies. So he did that one thing.
Nick, what have you seen lately and what are we looking forward to?
What did I just watch lately? Oh, I watched this documentary on Netflix. DB Cooper, Where Are You?
Any good?
Oh yeah, it's pretty good, man. I'm not gonna. We don't have an hour for me to like get into this because I would tell you the whole show right now and how crazy and if you don't know who DB Cooper is, like, and if you don't,
It sounds very familiar.
what rock have you been living under?
What
It's
does he do?
countless shows. I mean, it's DB Cooper, man. It's DB Cooper, man. He like.
He just keeps saying his name like I'm supposed to know.
So he hijacked a plane back in the early 70s, I think back in 71. But the thing is, nobody even really knew that the plane got hijacked. They landed, he let everybody go. He asked for $200,000. He got $200,000, which at that time is comparable to like almost $1 million today, somewhere probably around 500 to $1 million. It's a lot of money. $200,000 in the 70s was still a lot of money. Still it's still a decent amount today. You can still, have some fun. But so they take back off, and then he just literally jumps out of the plane, and he's never found. No one ever, and they're trying to, everybody's been trying for years to figure out who DB Cooper, because it's the only skyjacking that ever happened that's gone unsolved. And he did it without hurting anyone. He became kind of like this folk hero amongst a lot of people, and this huge mystery still to this day because nobody could prove or really knows who's D.B. Cooper. He's dead. The guy they thought possibly was it, he just died recently. You know, everybody that could have been D.B. Cooper is at this point dead, so we may never know.
And this is on Netflix?
It's on Netflix. It's called D.B. Cooper, Where Are You? It's like a three-part documentary.
Okay.
It's really
That sounds
happened, man.
awesome.
This is crazy, dude. You have to watch it to realize how ingenious and how, I don't know, borderline almost bad A it was, what he did. Like, he just jumped out of a commercial jet. Like, I don't know, man. Like, it was crazy. It's crazy. And they never found anything. Like, 50 years, and this is something that had gained massive attention, and FBI and state police and everybody was on this, but nobody still to this day really knows who he was,
Oh, wow.
yeah. So
Oh,
check
sweet.
that
Yeah.
out. So that's what I've been otherwise pretty busy lately, so I haven't really watched anything. What else did I watch? Well, I'm about to watch, I saw Russ to Riches came back on. I like that show. And I do, so I really watch shows. Like, I don't really spend my time like you, Jordan, watching movies and stuff. I like TV shows, but like the good reality shows like Russ to Riches or like Big Timber. Big Timber. You wouldn't think I'm a guy. I like watching people cut down trees and make wood.
Well, you love to learn, and so...
Yeah, I do.
Yeah, if you're not watching something, you're always like learning and absorbing knowledgeable things. It's crazy.
No, it's just power.
It's true.
It is. If I could just retain it all. Ugh.
I know, right? Yeah. People with photographical memories.
Oh my gosh, if I had a photographic memory, I'd be stupid smart, man. I could tell you everything anytime, when I watched it, when I did it, blah, 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 blah. I watched that stuff and like 5 minutes later, I'm like, what did I just watch?
Are you looking forward to anything, Nick?
I'm looking forward to a lot of stuff that's coming out next year. Not
what?
now. Like The Meg 2? What we were just talking about it, Drew. We were just talking. What movies did we talk about? So The Meg 2, I'm gonna be so jacked about that because I like
the new Predator's coming out pretty soon.
The new Predator
in like a week or two.
What else? We were just talking about this. What else is coming out next year? That I'm excited. I was excited about like 3. Oh, John Wick, the next John Wick.
Oh, of course.
That's
gonna be good.
That's gonna be wild. Yeah, it sounds like there's a lot of good stuff coming out next year. You know me, I won't watch it in the theater because I'll forget.
What? Even if I tell you, Nick?
I'm still not gonna go in the theater.
What you would go with Ty?
I would go with Ty, maybe. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll tell him to take you.
Not like on opening weekend or something.
Well,
there's a bunch of people in there.
Maybe on a Tuesday, $5 Tuesday.
That's busy too, man, because that's when everybody goes. So everybody's cheap. I'm going $5 Tuesdays, and you get the free popcorn. It's $5 tickets, and you get a free small popcorn, which in itself costs $5. So
I saw Nope.
It's not worth $5, but it costs $5. What'd you see?
Nope.
Do you get popcorn every time you go to the theater? I wonder if you add up all the times you go to the theater and how much popcorn you get.
No, I actually like the pretzels. So I get pretzel with cheese, and I also get an icy.
So you spend like $25. The movie theater for you
I
is
spend
like,
a lot.
Yeah, it's
bad. I mean, I just got 2 more movies in the mail today. I got Wild at Heart with Nicolas Cage and directed by David Lynch, because they don't have it digitally. Can't get it anywhere, so I bought it.
They don't have it digitally?
No, they don't sell it digitally. There's some movies that just aren't available yet. I don't know why. Mac and Me is another one. I heard it's like a really bad E.T. movie, so I'm excited to watch it. I bought that also on Blu-ray.
How much you pay for all these?
Well, those were like, I think $25 each, maybe.
For a DVD?
Blu-ray.
Why? Oh.
Maybe it was $17.
Is a crappy E.T. movie really going to be... Is a crappy E.T. movie from the 80s going to look any better on a Blu-ray? Come on.
Probably not, but it might be so bad it's like really good.
I feel like it almost might make it worse. Like a high-definition crap movie. I feel like it just... I'd rather watch a bad movie on kind of like an old crappy TV, so it just kind of matches it. But when you try like mixing like crap quality, old quality on an ultra high, definition TV on an ultra high def disc, just feel like it's gonna like stops looking like that it was actually an old crappy movie and just looks like it's a really movie that was made recently that they just used like frickin' cell phone cameras, not iPhone cameras, flip phone cameras or something.
I should get you a copy of it, Nick, and then we should talk about it on the pod.
I want to watch your stupid ET. No, I can just see right now how crap that's gonna be.
Oh, it looks bad. It looks
and if
so
you're saying it
bad.
looks bad, then I just would.
I'm
it would
so
give
excited.
It would give me a headache.
Yeah, and I also got the new Cube movie that was remade in Japan. I'm really excited about that. Did you ever see The Platform?
I tried watching that, but I don't think I was digging it, man. I think it was.
Oh, you told me that it's so good. The problem is you tried watching it dubbed and you're like, just not good.
No.
Because the dubbed voice suck. Stop watching movies dubbed, Nick. Just watch it. Just read the
Is that like
subtitles.
when the food comes down or something?
Yeah.
You know, they actually. It's funny that they must have based that. One cooking show off that.
Oh, really? Did they do something like that?
Yeah, where they had like levels, and then if you were on the top level, you got the first pick of the food, and then it goes down to level 2.
No way.
And then and then it goes down to level 3, and the chefs have to like get this food. It's a Chef Ramsay show, yeah, that's what it is. Like you try to be the better chef so you can get on the top level and stay on that top. Sometimes it was randomized, and you would just get a level and go to that level, and then that's, top level, again, you get first pick at all the good stuff, and then it just keeps going down. And the levels get as they go down, too. So, like, the top kitchen is like this super premier, high-end kitchen. The middle kitchen is just like a good kitchen, but it's like a standard, any chef kitchen. And then the bottom level is like this garbage kitchen with all garbage stuff. It's just like terrible. And then you get the garbage food, and you still gotta do as good as people on the top. So I liked it. I really liked it.
That sounds awesome, actually.
So I wonder if like they saw that movie Platform, and it's like, oh my, we could make a cooking show like this, and we'll star Chef Ramsay because he's in everything.
Yeah. So I just bought that on Blu-ray too because they don't sell that digitally because it's on Netflix, and maybe I won't have Netflix forever. No.
Oh, I haven't watched that one movie that's on Netflix. What is that? I can't remember. Doesn't matter.
One movie, I don't know.
Oh, The Gray Man?
I don't know what that is.
I don't know. It's on Netflix. The Gray Man.
I've heard of The Tall Man.
No,
I don't know.
or maybe it's not. Maybe I'm not saying it right. I think it's Gray Man.
Oh, is that one with the guy from Blade Runner 2049? I can't think of his name.
Come on.
I know. I'm going to remember it. Ryan Gosling.
Yeah, that's it.
Okay, yeah.
Did you watch it?
No. I have it on my bucket list. My bucket list, Nick, is so long. And I've been watching so many things right now. I've been watching Breaking Bad. I'm almost done with that. I'm rewatching
Why'd you watch
Ultimate Beastmaster with my wife.
You could.
Because Breaking Bad is amazing.
Breaking Bad is amazing. It's not
It's
one
so
I could
good.
like. I don't know. I don't have the time to watch it all again.
Exactly. I don't either, but I have it playing in the background while I'm editing. It helps me get through my editing.
You spend too much time editing. You guys spend time doing like other stuff.
Well, but hey, and now finally we can play Xbox. Oh yeah, geek out. And then
I won that last game that I played, by the way.
Yeah.
Kicked butt.
You're such a nerd.
No, you guys are such nerds, slaughtering everybody and just taking my kills and that stupid -5. And then I actually started liking it because I'm like, this actually evens the playing field. I'm like, I know I'm gonna lose most of the time, but one of these times I'm gonna slide in here and I'm gonna take the win. But I didn't.
You did win,
but
though.
I did win it by getting 18 too. By the way, I didn't win by like time default because we all like robbed each other's kills, and the top person's got 3 and he won because I just got freaking knifed and all my kills are gone, and I was at like, no, I went all the way to 18 with that stupid. I wasn't playing games like you. I'm like, I'm taking this win. You get to like 17, you sit on it for 30 minutes, and then someone gets you.
It's too much fun to
I'm gonna
knife
get
people and
Nick.
set
I'm
them
waiting
back.
to be my last kill. I want to freaking. No.
Yeah, if you guys haven't played Gun Game and put the setbacks to 5, oh, it's amazing.
I hated it, and then I loved it.
It's so good.
I hated it, then I loved it. I'm gonna put it back to 5. Because I started doing it. Because that's the problem. I wasn't doing it. You guys were just knifing, and I didn't do that. I didn't do that at all. And then it started happening to me, and I'm like, okay, I'm gonna have to hit back. And then I started doing it, and I started trying to do it too, like. I'm gonna try to sneak up on him, even though he's probably gonna see me, and he's gonna kill me. But it's worth it. If he doesn't, I'm gonna take 5 kills from him, and then I'm gonna laugh at him when I do it.
Oh, I'm so excited to play
Let's do
again.
it again. I'm gonna beat you.
Okay, any final thoughts before we wrap it up?
No.
Peace.